Are pole vault weight labels hurting or helping pole vaulters? Welcome to the pole vault vlog. I'm Shawn Francis, and we talk everything. Say it with me. Pole vault. Commercial time, commercial time. Everybody loves commercial time. Guys, go sign up for Team Hoot. It's free. Just head over to team-hoot.com and we're on the same team. Team Hoot. Boom. Good vibes all around. This vlog right here is supported 100%. God damn it, not really 100%, Shawn. This vlog is supported by Patreon. Plus, we're only $54 away from starting a podcast in January. We're starting a podcast. If we get $55 more, you can help. Go get some perks, some first decisions, some inside looks on what's going on behind the scenes and help dictate the direction of Team Hoot. And last but not least, today is the last day to get the discounts on training programs. So get on those quick because then they're jumping back up to full price. I know what I'm talking about. For the rest of this vlog, let's talk about the penultimate step. I've got a feel-good story for you too. And let's talk a little bit about the weight label issues and maybe some things to help with it. Let's do it. Wow. The penultimate step. What the heck is it? The penultimate step is a step that's just prior to the takeoff step. So if you take off on your left foot, the penultimate step would be your right foot. It's a little bit more complicated than that. The penultimate step helps put the athlete in ideal biomechanical positions to take advantage of the relationship between the physical human body and scientific principles of physics to launch the athlete in an ideal trajectory for ultimate performance. That's the penultimate step. Or another way of saying this is, the penultimate step helps you jump and vault higher. Alright, I'm done. Now that gets kind of complicated. Penultimate step, what is it? How do you say it? It sounds weird coming out of my mouth. Well, that's where a lot of the confusion is. There's lots of different ways to coach it. I have to stop this video here. If you want to see the rest of this video talking about the penultimate step, it's over on Patreon. Just sign up for Patreon and bam, you get to learn more about the penultimate step. Let's do some good news. Good news of the week! If Kalen didn't have enough gas on his pole vault flame from being in the vlogs every week, this might have toasted him. Mondo Duplantis, European World Champion, second highest vaulter all time, sent Kalen his speed suit from the European Championship, signed it, and it just makes you feel good and warm inside. Oh, some of that fire got into my heart and it feels good. Not heartburn, like good fire, like a warm one. My favorite part is that, why wouldn't you try it on? And the spandex is like down to his shins. He's like, oh, I know it doesn't fit me and it feels kind of weird, but I love it more than how weird it feels. Maybe this is extra cool to me because I've heard a story of Renault sent Mondo one of his speed suits around like 2013 or 14 and felt good. Mondo once told me, he's like, that had a huge impact on me and look where I am now. And I have a funny feeling that was kind of going on through his head when he sent this over to Kalen, so that's pretty neat. Are weight labels helping or hurting the sport? I made a video about this a little over a year ago called Too Fat to Pole Vault. You guys should check that out first so you kind of know where I'm coming from because I don't want to repeat everything I've been saying. But I did want to do jazz hands. So weight labels were put on the poles to try and keep everybody safer. Yes, I love safety. That is a great idea. So some states decide to make every single vaulter write their weight on the hand because it would keep the vaulters safer so they're on the right poles. Hell yeah, wait, what the f? We already have a ton of self-conscious kids with really skewed body image issues. And now we're forcing them to write their weight on their hands so everyone can see it, kind of like a billboard. Not to mention I've read stories about people not eating all morning or even the day before because they had to be weighed in for their meet the next day. I've also read stories about people bullying these athletes like, oh, Jen's gotta weigh in tomorrow. You better go into the bathroom so you can drop some weight. Like, what the hell? Like, this just irritates and frustrates me personally. To me, this feels very much like the box collar incident. Like, great idea, great intentions, horrible execution. Absolutely atrocious. But Becca over at Pole Vault Power probably said it the best way I've ever heard it put. The weight label seems to be more about liability than it is safety. Because if it truly was about the safety of the kids and the athletes as a whole, we'd be just as worried about their psychological safety as well as their physiological safety. And we're not. I made an older video about how I'd like to see the weight labels made, and it talks about for every hand hold down, you athletes can hold lower based on adding 5 pounds up the pole, so there's different grips. Or just use the weight labels as a guide instead of like the way it has to be. Because do the weight labels really make the event safer? Maybe for really bad coaches who don't know what they're doing, possibly. But here's an example. I weigh about 155. I want to jump on a 14-140, which would be under my weight and illegal, or a 16-160, which is legal. What one's safer? Both poles can be dangerous depending on how you use it. If I grip that 16-160 at the very top and run from 2 lefts, I might die. It will not go well for me or anybody around me. But it's legal because of the weight label. On the other side, if I grab that 14-140 and I grip in the right spot, a safe spot, and I run from 2 lefts, I'm gonna be okay. The pole will probably work the way it's supposed to work, and I'll learn how to pole vault higher, and I'll land in the squishy mats instead of back on the runway. But it's illegal and frowned upon. So it creates this whole like weird, what do we do? And I don't have the answer. I don't think anybody really does. I think it all comes back to like, the weight label is just one variable, and it's really not a good one because the flex is actually more accurate at what the pole really is. What we need is better education and coaching. Run, grip, athletes, strengths and weaknesses, how fast they're going down the runway, and the pole, those all play a role. You can't just pick one and that is it. It just doesn't work that way. I'll put a link down to the NFHS for rule changes. That's where our voice can be heard so we can come up with a better solution hopefully down the road. I don't know if you guys have any ideas, put them down in the comments. I'd love to hear them. In my opinion right now, the weight label is hurting more than it's helping. So again, if you guys have some stories or ideas, I'd love to have them down in the comments and we can kind of collect the information down there of if you've seen this in practice and seen it be good. If you've seen it be bad, let me know. I want to hear both sides of the spectrum so I can have a better understanding of what's really going on. But I don't think writing your weight on your hand is good for anybody. Guys, thanks for watching. Patreon seriously is keeping these things going. It's really about the biggest anchor I've got right now. If you donate $25 or more, it's not even donating, it's supporting. If you support $25 or more to the Pole Vault vlogs, you get your name immortalized in it forever, right here. All these names whizzing around, $25 or more. Also, the rest of the penultimate step video will also be in the Patreon only, so those are only for Patreon members. You can sign up anytime and go see that video. Remember, there are more than one ways to pole vault. Find what works best for you and then do more of that so you jump higher, because that's what we're all trying to do here, is jump higher. Guys, life is meant to be experienced and curiosity will get you there. Have a good day. See ya next time.